Alright guys, it's time for another Space Engineers video. Let's take a look. So right now, I am out tooling around in my ore detector car. So basically, I can show you in detail what it is later, but basically what it is a small block vehicle that I put a rotor on and I ground off the small rotor head. And I put a large block rotor head on it and I put a large ore detector on it. So that gives me 150 meters of ore detection. So now what I'm able to do... Oh, and I've flipped it about 6 times, so I am really bad with vehicles. So that gold that you see right there at the bottom left, I just got that a minute ago. I'm going around basically, I'm doing a grid search pattern. And I am looking to see if there is any ore around. And I found some cobalt, some iron, some nickel, some gold, some silver. I don't think I'm supposed to find platinum on Earth. I think in this game there is no platinum on Earth. I've heard that somewhere. I could be wrong. Who knows? So my buddy Thule came on last night. His character's name is Schnebular the Unclean. He came on last night and he helped me with a bunch of building inside the base. So the base is now significantly more built out than it was. Not seeing anything come up here. I love it when that happens. That's a lie. It's sarcasm. I hate it when that happens. Of course, part of the reason could be because I've come a long way off of my grid pattern. Wow. In real life, I have a fantastic sense of direction. In this game, not so much. Wow. So as soon as I'm trying to find things for you, I'm not finding anything. So, how's that for fine YouTubing? There you go. Come on, we gotta find something. I'll probably turn around up here watching, right where I turn around, it'll be 5 meters past. So I'll turn around up here and I'll go 300-ish meters up this hill here, hopefully. And then I'll go back and I'll do another leg of my grid. Ooh, there's some meteor strikes. So, imagine my last game. There were those every 15 feet. I swear to God, there was not enough room to get a vehicle between any of them. The entire landscape was pockmarked with these stupid things. And I finally had to give up that game. Although I did try many times to make a leveling machine. I never quite got that working. I flipped a lot of machines that way, though. That's where I learned that I am not good at driving vehicles in this game. At all. That's the great thing about the boring machine. So I made the boring machine. I'll show you that in just a second. I made the boring machine, and that thing, it always stays on a road. Basically, I made a floor for it, but that's my road. Wow, there is absolutely nothing here. Ear was itchy. You can see some of the blue on the right-hand side of the screen right now. Those are ones that I've found already, and I've marked. Every time I find one, I mark a GPS location for it, and I slap it on my HUD. Whoa! Let's not go so fast. I have learned in this game that fast means flip. Man, oh man. I am not finding anything. And this is what most of my game is like. You know, you see those other YouTube channels and people find shit everywhere. And I'm like, how are you doing that? I never have that kind of luck. Let me just take a quick look around here. Yep. Nothing. That's the two bases over there that I just don't want really anything to deal with. So yeah, those are some of the ones that I found before. In fact, let me see. Where's the gold and the silver is 600 meters away. So actually that means I'm a little further out than I'd like to be, because I should only be 300 meters out, because my large ore detector has a 150 meter range. So let's start going again. Alright, well, enough of this. I would have liked to have found something for you. I mean, I can go back and show you one of the ones I've already found, and I'm going to go back to the base so I can take you in and show you what's going on there. I'll just leave this up on the hill. So, like I said, should be a 150 meter range on the ore detector. So when we get in within 150 meters, you should see a white gold detection coming in. There's two different golds out. Whoa! Hello! Yeah, falling into those is not fun. Oh, there you go. So, 170. Interesting. So a little bit further. So that gold that you're seeing right there, 171 meters, is really the same one that I've marked at 163 meters. And then there's another one. I might have marked the same one twice. Let me just go take a quick look at that. I should be seeing the silver by now. Well, my luck, it was phantom. I don't know. I've come to realize that I know nothing, just like Jon Snow. Wow. I swear to God, I get this game wrong way more often than I get it right. Alright, well, we're going to take this up and park it on the hillside up here. Park. And we are going to turn power off. Just save my power here, because I haven't even made a place to plug this thing into yet. Alright, and we'll drop down to the base. So we've kind of enhanced the ramp area a little bit, and we added some light because it gets dark here at night, and we added a few lights inside too. So this area should be pretty much exactly the same as you saw it before, or close to exactly the same as you saw it before. But if we go down here to the first node, so that right there is our mining machine. I'll show you that in a second. And this is what Thule built for me the other day. So this sorter here, all that's doing is pulling the ore out of the vehicle, because I've got like, I don't know, 6 or 8 or 9. I think I got 9 medium cargo containers in there, and they fill up fast, and all the drills fill up fast. And so I used, like I said I was going to, I used single block wheels, and I put a whole crap load on. And the thing that I noticed that I have to do is, so I built a chassis right out almost to the edge of the drills, and I had to put wheels out there because it was tippy. I had them out one further and the spotlights out in front of that, but they were too far. The spotlights were actually stopping the heads from being able to hit the end, and you can see we've dug a little ways down. I'll show you that in a minute. So we put 6 on, and we put a space in between each of them, and it seems to work just fine. The space doesn't seem to be any kind of a problem whatsoever, and it's nowhere near as tippy with the wheels all the way out to the front like that. Oh yeah, that's neat. So I was just cleaning up some bits of the floor or something here, and I accidentally drilled through there, and I thought, you know what? That actually looks cool. I'm gonna leave that. So I put the pistons on, and I'm pretty certain I'm missing a head on that one. I must have knocked it off somewhere. I have to put that back on. Maybe when I bring it down. Yeah, so I had to put the pistons on because I couldn't get up to this, and literally that's what it's doing. It's oh, I gotta take that off too because that's wrong. I want that camera there. I've not figured out how to use the cameras yet, but I want that camera. Although, if I ever have to use that, that'll probably burn the damn thing off, so we'll have to see. Yeah, I want the camera there so I can line this up better, because lining this thing up has been problematic. Although I could put like a block in the wall there or something that helps me line it up. So I built my chassis, and I built down, I think it was 2 blocks. One, something like that. Yeah, 2 blocks. I had these first drills 3 blocks up because here I'll show you what's happening now with the drills in that configuration where they are right now. So we're another good ways down. What was happening? Oh, I can't show you because I put the things in. So what was happening was, and I'll show you this in a minute, is when I get off the edge of the light armor blocks here, it was digging down below the level of the top of the light armor blocks, like significantly below. So if I had kept going, it would just naturally slope itself down. So I try, and I've got the wheels set at their highest possible height right now. So what I did was I put it up 1 more block higher, and then I put the wheels down to its lowest height, and I was scraping the chassis on the ground. Except that when I did that, the drills wouldn't dig out enough, so I was naturally building a ramp, essentially. So with simply putting the drills on a block, I can never get it to be exactly level with the current level of the floor. It always digs out too much or too little. So the next thing I'm going to have to try is putting the drills on pistons, putting my wheels on pistons, something to give me much more fine control over exactly how high those drills are off of the ground. There's probably a way I can put the entire chassis on pistons. That would be interesting. So I've got those, and that digs out as wide as you can see now. Now, I've also got on top, I used just two drills on top, and they're spaced kind of in between. There's a hole in between the 2 drills on top. It's hard to see. It's up pretty high, so I can't really get above it right now. But it seems to take out enough of the roof not to matter. Now, this one's a little higher than you would expect because what I did was every 10 feet I actually raised the pistons to be able to raise the roof a little bit. And to be honest, it makes quite a nice hole. I like the way it's doing that. So that's pretty good. And it gathers up several thousand ore at a time. You know what? I'm just gonna check to make sure that everything's running properly here. Oh, yep, I'm live now. Woo! It worked. Okay, so I'm back. Yes, and I can see I'm doing stuff. Alrighty. So, yeah, so Thule built the beacon here for me. He built a better refinery for me, an ore detector, and that ore detector goes out 150. So we're 250 meters into the mountain right now. And buried under at least 250 meters of rock. That ore detector goes out 150 meters in all directions. Although we should put another one down at the end. Ooh. Another 3. Once we get 300 meters down, we're going to put another ore detector in, just because that goes out 150 meters to each side and lets us know if anything's there. So we put the ore detector in, a much better refinery in. I can't remember if I had an oxygen generator before we put the antenna in. Oh, you know what he did on me, though? The bugger. He actually plugged up the hole that let me go into my mining operation there. So really, if I want to go into my mining operation now, I've kind of got to dig that out right there, or grind that out. Actually, I should take that off too. Yeah. So I'll have to grind this out, climb in that way, and then put it back. But I don't really use it as much anymore because I use this thing more. So let's take a look at this and just see how well it works. So we'll get into it first. Oh, and I did put I put a cockpit at both ends because backing this puppy up is not easy. Okay, so turn off my coupler and lower my pistons. Ah! Oh, right. This is interesting too. This happened to me before. So what it is it's the magnet on the coupler is actually, here, watch this. This is really cool. It's holding the wheels off of the ground on one side. It won't pick it up. If it comes underneath it, it won't pick it up. But once it's there, it stays, which is interesting. All right, so if we go forward, it lets it go. And those sparks mean that I'm breaking stuff. Let me just take a quick look back to see if I really broke anything. Those thrusters are there to try to get me out of the hole when I go too deep. No, 100% there, right on. Everything's under there. Wow. So it wasn't that terrible. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. I need to turn off my lights when I get in, so I can then turn on those lights. Woohoo! And then, so now it's a lot easier to drive down here, but I don't want to go too fast because I don't want to ram into the wall either. Right there. Okay, now let's turn on. Now this might get loud, so we're turning on the drills. going to just drive right into the wall. It actually bores, you know, fairly quickly, all things considered. You can see the weight. My weight is going up. And I got about well, let's say an hour of mining time because it's jumping between 1 and 4 hours. Okay, so when I get out a good distance, I give it a second for everything to equalize, and then I hit my pistons, and that's going to push me up into the ceiling, and that's going to take out more of the ceiling for me. Now I figure what I could actually do is these back two drills that are here, I can actually raise those up at least one more block, and I don't think I'd have too much of a problem with that. But I mean, with the pistons lifting the whole thing up, it's actually not terrible anyway. So let's just turn that off. We'll hit park. And now let's quickly take a look. So we got let's say 2.7, that's 3, 6, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Actually, wow. We nearly filled up the whole thing. Was I empty? .7. So that's full. That's full. That's full. That's full. Wow, we nearly filled up the whole thing on one run? That seems weird. It normally takes me 3 times ramming myself into the wall before that happens. No, there's still a little bit more room, I'm pretty sure. Just looking at the weight. Okay, so we'll come out here now. Oh, yeah, this is always fun. Trying to get up there. Okay, so now you can see what I was talking about. So I'm sitting on the steel, but it's actually digging out that far below the steel. And you'll notice, as my front wheels come off, I actually get lower and lower. So it's digging itself into a pretty steep dive. So let's put... I don't know if I've got enough steel here. You notice, see, significantly deeper on this end than it was on the other end. And you can't really see it because it's into the wall, but it's... oh, hold on. Let's turn my lights on so you get a better look. So it's getting deeper and deeper and deeper. So, yeah. I wouldn't be able to do that. Ah, crap. I'm out of steel plates. Alright, well, anyway. You see what it is what we're going for. This is probably the best functioning vehicle I've ever made. Everything else just flips all the time. I'm not going to get in that seat. I'm going to now... I'm going to take it down and empty this out. Wow. I've never... and so the one thing... Well, there's a couple of things I might like to do. I might like to try to go with the large... oh, my parking brake's still on. I'll try to go... I'd like to try to go with maybe the large cargo containers. Because you can put large cargo containers on a small grid chassis. They just make a smaller large cargo container. Alright, let's see if I can do this now. Whoa. Wow. Did that ever... I need to see beside me. Oh, I saw it. There we go. So, what I need to be able to do... Oh, hold on. Put that back on for a second. I need to see how close I am. I'm actually too close right now, so I've got to go left just a tiny little bit, so... as I go forward. See if that did it. Just a tiny bit more. This is why I want the camera, so that might be able to do it. Let's just go forward a little bit. That looks like it's doing it. That looks like it might have it. This is why I want the camera, to make this way easier. So let's put my pistons on. Oops, that's not my pistons. Yeah, there we go. Now, it's supposed to start sucking this out. It's supposed to drain all, because I've got, let me just look at my control panel here. I've got a conveyor sorter that has whitelisted ore, and it is drain all. Why don't I not whitelist anything? And we'll just drain all. Just drain everything. Let's see if that works. So if I look at this now, see, it doesn't seem to be moving the way I wanted it to. Well, let's show only inventories of the current ship.
Meteor storm inbound.
One cargo container is empty. The drills seem to have emptied themselves. Wonder if I can... Nope, can't move that there. I'm going to have to figure out why this isn't doing this, but what I can do is just pull this one down until I... Oh. Show all, there we go. Uh-oh. What's going on now? Let me just get out of here. See if I can see that inventory. This is what I spent half my life doing. Well, it says cockpit. Alright, so... Oh, that's a large cargo container, too. Okay, I think that's this one. Let's call this large cargo container node 1. Let's try this again. For some reason... Oh, it might be... Hold on, let's try that again for a second. I might have done something with that sorter when I... Alright, let's look at this sorter again. Oh, Lord. Isn't it called... Oh, conveyor sorter. There you go. Alright, let's whitelist ore. How about I whitelist everything? There it goes. Can hear it now. Alright. Yeah, see, it's pulling it in. But what I can do now is I can help it along. Yeah, it'll pull it all out itself in a couple of seconds, to be honest. But I can pull it out as fast, if not faster. There you go. Looks like it's all out now. That's the refinery. It's pulling as much as it can process at a time. If I... Oh, look, it's almost processed everything already. Looks like it's pulling 2K at a time. It needs to pull more than the 2K at a time. That's not good. Alright. So, oh, and that will let me... Let me just grab that back and check and make sure I got it. No. I want... What do you mean no connected inventories? I got my own inventory. I've done something somewhere. Wouldn't be the first time. Lots of gravel in my survival kit. Refinery, assembler, passenger seat. This is like me losing the other assembler the other day. Oh, by the way, I do have 2 assemblers. That basic assembler, that's back down the hallway somewhere. Okay, that's weird. I've lost my... I'm live on the internet. Right there. It's Mrs. Darth Digger. Hi, guys. Okay. She's a big volleyball player. Like, really competitive. I don't understand why I lost... Like, somehow I can't see my actual inventory right now. I know I've got it. Here, let's go down to the end and let's just see. Because I took a bunch of plates. Yep, I got the plates. The plates came in. So, right now, I've got to come down and I've got to... I can only do about... I can normally do 6 to 9 plates down before I've got to go back and empty the whole thing. I'm thinking I need to make more cargo space on that thing. Let me just see how far from that node we are. I got too much stuff on that node, wow. It's just too much stuff down there. It's overriding everything. 50, probably close to 100 meters, I would think. Down. But I'm having to take too many trips. So I'm going to change that so that I don't have to take so many trips. And I'll do that. I think with that being said, I think that's a good place to stop this one. So thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Now I gotta turn it off. Bye guys.